What's up guys, today we have Jedi does Jiu-Jitsu on the show again, this time for the gi roll. One of my favorite takedowns is the fake guard pull ankle pick, so that's what I go for on Jedi. It works so good because it tricks your partner into stepping forward because they think that you're pulling guard. The more that you can make them step forward, the better, that way you can reach the ankle easier, which is why I wasn't able to hit this on Jedi because he didn't step forward enough. He did a good job staying back and being cautious. One thing that's interesting is that Jedi leads with his left leg. Most people that are right-handed lead with their right leg, and by Jedi doing this, it makes me have to work on my weak side, which I'm definitely not used to. I'd much rather have De La Riva on Jedi's right leg. And this is a good strategy by Jedi, but I managed to hit a far side sleeve De La Riva sweep by lifting up on his ankle to off-balance him and pulling out his far side sleeve. I wasn't able to get up all the way, but I win the scramble by getting my hips higher. I've been hitting the same sweep for quite a while now because it's so simple and so effective. So many sweeps in general require you to off-balance your opponent and pull out their far side sleeve. Like here, in this case, would be my opponent's right arm. Ideally, I would have came up all the way because now Jedi starts building a base by putting his elbow on the mat. I think Jedi could have prevented me from coming up on top if he would have fought a little bit harder to keep my hips down, like you see me do here when I keep my opponent's hips down using my underhook. I think that Jedi was just being a little bit cautious and not wanting to post his hand on the mat to risk the triangle, although I think it's worth the risk if you're fast. As you can see, he stays on his elbow, which is great to prevent the triangle, but I think that he could have prevented the sweep too. But I'm not complaining, it worked out good for me, but I remember at the time wondering if I'm going to hit it or not because I felt like he could have prevented it. I attempt a knee slide, but Jedi doesn't let me put his leg flat on the mat, which is a requirement for a knee slide, so I use a hip switch instead. When taking backs, I'm often just looking for that chest to back connection, and then I'm looking to put my hooks in. When looking to put in your hooks, the bottom hook is the most important one. Once you have that, you basically have the back. So that's what I'm looking for, and Jedi definitely doesn't make it easy for me. He's got some great back defense. Like here, you can see him pummel his arm to the inside, taking away my top arm and the seatbelt grip, which means I have no seatbelt grip anymore, which makes it hard for me to choke him and control him. When people bridge on top of you, it's really annoying because it's effective, it makes you have to carry their weight, and it makes it hard for you to use your arms to choke them. And this is a great time to cross your feet when you have the back. They can't ankle lock you if they have their feet on the mat, and they need their feet on the mat to bridge into you. And crossing your feet can be a great way to control someone when you have their back, as long as you're aware of the ankle lock threat. Like I said, the bottom hook is the most important. When people go to escape the back, it's usually the bottom hook that they clear first. And Jedi does a great job clearing my bottom hook, and as he does, I try to come up to mount, but he wins the scramble by getting his hips higher, and again, keeping his elbow tight to prevent the triangle. Also, I just wanted to mention that I have a size advantage on Jedi. I forgot to in the no-gi roll, but I've got 20 pounds or so on him, and I'm a black belt, so big thank you to Jedi for doing this with me, and I was super impressed with Jedi's skills. I knew that he was good going into it, but yeah, he really impressed me. So I have the far side sleeve again, which is great, but I'd rather be on my strong side, so I start trying to work a lasso and doing anything I can to get to my strong side. I have a pretty simple De La Riva game in the sense that I'm either going to your front, attacking your far side sleeve, or I'm going behind you, working to attack your back with things like Baron Bolos and Baby Bolos. I didn't get the bolo on Jedi, but this is what I was trying to do. Get behind him and get his butt on the mat. My opponent here, I didn't get his butt on the mat completely, but it still worked because I transitioned to the truck instead. But for the traditional bolo, you want their butt on the mat. Are twisters the coolest submission there is, or what do you think the coolest submission is? Let me know in the comments. But anyways, yeah, I couldn't get his butt on the mat, which prevented the Baron Bolo, and I ended up back in the weak side of my De La Riva, which is so frustrating, and at the time I'm just thinking this can be such a boring roll for people to watch, but luckily it gets better. Jedi breaks my grip, which is smart, and he also disengages, which is also smart, but what he didn't do is control my legs, which allows me to stand up and come up on top. If he would have controlled my legs, he could have kept me in my guard. Really quickly guys, make sure to check out my podcast on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Music, and basically everywhere you can find podcasts. We are two black belts and a blue belt having a good time talking about jiu-jitsu. I'm sure you'll like it, so yeah, check it out. Jedi pulls guard, which is great because I'd rather be on top anyways, and you can see I lead with my right leg forward because I'm right-handed, but leading with your left leg definitely has its advantages because people aren't used to playing guard on that side. And now I hit this beautiful step out pass, and you'd be amazed how often you can step out of people's guards with a simple back step. Try this pass next time you're in De La Riva. Simply grab the collar and grab the pants and just step out of the guard. Based on the grips that he has, it looks like Jedi was trying to Baron Bolo me, but my grip on the collar will stop him from inverting. So Jedi switches his grip to my sleeve, and it looks like he's trying to go for somewhat of a scissor sweep, but it's not there for him. With the grip that I already have on Jedi's lapel, I try to use it to pull Jedi up to keep his back on the mat, but Jedi's able to get to his knees into turtle, which probably wasn't a great idea because I used the grip I already had to transition right into the clock choke. For all collar chokes of this nature, you want to focus on 3 things to get the finish. 1, preventing your opponent from rotating, which my left arm looped onto Jedi's is doing, but it's not preventing the rotation as much as I'd like. 2, you want to focus on bringing your elbow behind the head, which you can see I start to do here. And 3, you want to push their head, which forces their neck into the choke, especially if you can't get your elbow behind them. That's why I bring my belly behind Jedi's head so I can arch into him. Here's some more examples of how these chokes work. Here I start with my elbow in front of my opponent's body, and once I get my elbow behind his back, the finish is locked in and my opponent must tap. I prevent the rotation by grabbing his pants. Here I prevent the rotation by grabbing his lapel. Here, because I can't get my elbow super deep behind him, I instead force his head forward to force his neck into my wrist. And here I lean back to get my elbow behind his back. So my point is, it's better to understand concepts of how chokes work rather than memorizing specific techniques and grips, although that helps too, especially when you're first learning. But learn the why of each grip you take and movement you make so you can apply the exact same concepts to all areas of jiu-jitsu. Quickly, I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video, X-Martial. X-Martial makes amazing quality and fitting jiu-jitsu gear with some of the best designs out there. I'm sure you've heard of them by now. They're all I wear and all many creators on YouTube wear too. That's because X-Martial supports your favorite jiu-jitsu creators. We don't just record quick videos with our phone and hit upload. X-Martial helps reward us for our hard work and ensures that we keep creating content for years to come. Prior to working with X-Martial, I'd reached out to some other jiu-jitsu companies and they either ignored me or didn't take me seriously. So my point is, not only does X-Martial have some wicked gear, but they're also a wicked company that really cares about the people that you care about. So if you want to pick up some quality, eye-catching gear, head on over to xmartial.com and use discount code Jordan10 for 10% off your order. Jedi pulls his right leg out to prevent me from sweeping him in that direction, and my hips aren't angled enough to his right to sweep him to his left. So a traditional butterfly sweep is unlikely at the moment. Instead, I pull Jedi forward, directing his hands onto the mat so his legs become light. Now that they're light, I can move them around much easier and secure X guard. Jedi's wise to get off his knee because if he stayed here, I'd likely be able to hit a technical stand-up type of sweep like you see me do here. Instead, he stands up, which puts him into X guard, which is the lesser 2 evils in this case. I've got Jedi's near side sleeve, which is nice, but won't really help me sweep him in that direction. Instead, I sweep him backwards with this sweep, which doesn't require sleeve grips. If I had the far side sleeve, I go for this far side sleeve sweep. The easiest time to grab the sleeve is when your opponent bases their hand on the mat. Take the grip, and once they posture up and take their hand off the mat, you'll have control of the sleeve, and now all you need to do is extend your legs and pull the sleeve towards you. But again, I didn't have any meaningful sleeve grips for sweeping, so this sweep was a good option because it was available. You can't always take what you want, you often have to take what's available. I lift Jedi up to stack him, and now I try to insert my knee between the space between his elbow and his knee so I can hit this nice truck entry. But we already covered that in the no-gi roll I did with him, so check that out to learn more. I start to take Jedi's back, but get both lazy and tired and sit to my butt, giving Jedi the sweep. He would get 2 points for the sweep if it were tournament. That chooses to be a poor decision as I'm left in a pretty crappy and weird guard. Like I said in our no-gi roll, I wasn't in the best of shape for this. I've been feeling a bit unmotivated after my super fight, but I'm ready to kick 2023's ass, so let's go. I'm back on track now and ready to make the best content I ever have. The best is yet to come, everyone's gonna see. After a split second of feeling bad for myself, I get back to work attacking the butterfly sweep. It takes a couple tries, but eventually I get the job done. Alright, thanks for sticking around until the end of the video. If you're still here, please leave a comment or fist bump, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you to my patrons who support the channel. I super appreciate you guys. I appreciate everyone that watches the channel.